What's up, guys? This one's going to help you farm without having to PvP at all. Say you go bankrupt or you want to keep the last kit you have, whatever. First thing you want to do, though, when you're in this part of the lobby, you need to know how many people are starting in there with you, and you need to know what class and what gear they're using. You need to know who's a threat, as much information as possible, so that if you spawn somewhere and you haven't seen anyone in a while, you need to know, have they all just spawned on the other side of the map? Are they just fast rotating, or is there just no one in here? Very important. Now, this first spawn, we're going to spawn in Connector. This is a perfectly good spawn. Probably one of the better spawns for doing this. You don't have to worry about anyone spawning next to you here. So the first thing you want to do, just loot this whole area. There is a lot of chests. You don't even have to kill the mobs if you don't want to. Kill the tree if you can. There's a tree that spawns over there by that shrine. Now you can go left here, or you can go right towards the Cyclops area. If you go left, you can go to Cathedral, which it's very rare that I see people rotating there immediately. But there's the good chest under the chair, and there's all the chests on the sides of the wall, and I'll show that later in this. Now, if you spawn over anywhere over here, which I call Central Werewolf, if you see my map guide, there is a lot of chests in this spot, and it really doesn't take much to fill up your inventory. So just go around the sides of the circle of this place and just try to hit all the chests if you spawn here. You don't really have to worry about people here immediately. Most spots you don't have to worry about people spawning right next to you. You usually have time to do something like this. But another thing with farming is if you keep a lot of the mobs alive, you don't have to worry about if someone chasing you around so much, especially if you're playing rogue. I'm doing this as Swordmaster, and I actually just heard another Swordmaster trying to gank me. But you're going to see in a second how well you're able to play in this, especially as a rogue. The rogues are just so fast, and it's so easy to get around and hide and run from other players in this area. Now I choose to just go through the secret tunnel here, because I know he's following me somewhere and I just don't see him. Always ping chests, by the way, if you're not going to loot them, to see if they're mimic. You want to loot the mimics, very important. Now I just take secret tunnel. It's such a good rotation spot. It's so easy to play, especially as a rogue. I'm doing Swordmaster here, but now he actually chooses to follow me right in here. Now as a rogue, you can just hold right click and just get bounced right out of here. Now I'm going to try to cut this as close as I can without dying. I don't want to kill him. And a good tip to jumping on stuff without messing up like I did there is don't be up against the object that you're trying to jump onto. You need to be like a foot back behind it, because you gain such little forward momentum when you jump and hold W. It'll stop you from messing up a lot. Now right here, I've already escaped him. I could easily get out of this, but I'm gonna try to get his attention again. Always try to run with potion out. Rogues are already really fast though with those daggers. Now right here, that's where I needed to be back farther, and that spot is just not very good for jumping. It's all a slope. But this is an important rotation right here. Now I'm counting his sword cooldowns and everything. I know what his cooldown is for his Q. Now this is going the back side of the moose spawn. Really good spot to hide. Very, very easy to hide here. Alright, so I go to try to find him again, find him real quickly. Now, as a rogue, especially if you're doing this though, you need to be holding those stone potions on you all the time. They make it so much easier trying to get away from people like that. And this guy is just, he's so hungry for me. I'm kind of done playing with him. I want to show the next spot. And the trick to jumping on those, by the way, and trying to platform like that is to hold W until you're over the top of it and then let go. Be much easier. I kind of just want out of this guy, so I just try to kill him. Now you see there's so many different ways you can escape people. I just wanted to show that clip of just running around with someone. But I'm going to show you the next spot you can loot if you get the other side of the map. Now this is a good spawn. There's a lot of chests just right here. And I think they actually changed the spawns this patch. So you might not have a guy spawn right next to you up at that tent. Now right on this area right here, there's like, I think there's like 7 or 8 chests you can get. And don't worry about killing anything other than stuff like eyeballs or like more unique monsters. They're gonna have better loot for you. And then yeah, always ping the chest to see if they're a mimic just in case if you're not gonna loot them. Mimics always have better stuff. And don't worry about going up ahead under the tree. Just go right through the gate. There's another couple chests in there. It's a very dangerous spot though, especially if someone spawns next to you. And you can loot these. Now, right here, you can either go left or right, but right up there on the left, there is a spawn. So very often you'll hear someone smacking mobs up there, but you can go left, and if you're quick, you can get to the area that they're going around the same time. I mean, they should be still in there killing mobs by the time you get there, at least. Now, as a rogue, the other people, they have to run through the mobs and have a mimic potion or stealth or something. Rogues get to just run around through stuff. So, just makes it such an easy class. Now, yeah, there's a lot of times there's an eyeball here. Now you have a couple of different options here. Your best bet is to probably go straight to cathedral though, because if you're quick enough, you're not gonna see players just rushing this very often. But there's a lot of chests in cathedral, and there's that good chest that's under the chair, which by the way, you can just loot it from under without having to kill the guy in the middle. But yeah, loot these side chests and then go up to the second floor. There's good chests there. And I mean, I always end up seeing a mimic up there for some reason. But another great thing, especially, is the free portal is up there. Now, if you took this route, you should be getting pretty close to full. And you can either just make a safe, easy escape here, or you can greed a little bit and go across to the connector spawn that we spawned through a few minutes ago. And there's the door. There's the door. You can see me on the map. I'm right next to it. But easy way to escape. And if you're doing this quickly, you should not be seeing players very often at all. If you do see players though, you're in it and you're not killing mobs. Like, you're not just killing every single mob. The mobs just give you space to run around. It's gonna force them to fight the mobs. They can't just chase you through them. And this is going right through to connector. If you really do need some more. And connector always has a good amount of chests in it. But you can just stick to chests and not even worry about fighting people. Now this guy, he probably spawned at the top left. I don't think he spawned here. But just doing that, and I didn't loot anything, he was just on his way out. But you have a lot of time. Okay, so to quickly recap, when you spawn into the game, know how many players are in the match, check what class they are, and check what kind of gear they're using. You need to be able to identify what the uncommon, the magic, and the epic gear looks like. And loot wherever you spawn as fast as you can. Skip the mobs and rotate towards either cathedral or the central werewolf area. This cathedral, if you see my map guide, is the big church window looking place with the chair, and then central werewolf is really that bottom right werewolf that's always there. And the secret to looting, if you don't already know, without killing the werewolf, to loot those two chests, just stand behind them and the werewolf won't touch you. And you can also actually kill the werewolves standing behind those. Really easy to cheese them there. Now you might find people doing this, but your efficiency as far as, you know, how much loot you've gotten per your kit should be a lot better. I've done pretty much this same thing, you know, hours a day, and just I always come out with guaranteed loot pretty much. Always ping your chests. If you're not going to loot them, like if you see one across the room and you don't really want to go and go for it because it's out of the way from where you're rotating, at least ping it in case it's a mimic. The mimics are just, they're always worth going for anyway. Also very important, know where the free portals are. You can also choose to rotate towards those portals as you loot, so the second that they spawn, you can just jump in them and get out. And that'll really help guarantee that you're coming out productive in your runs. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this one. If you have any questions, just let me know and I'll respond as soon as I can. I hope that one helped you guys. I'll see you soon in the next one. Thanks.